Often we say and also expect that I'm worshipping Lord Krishna or Lord Rama, and my life should be going on well. But as we already seen, Lord's life, it was also difficult. And you are expecting Lord Krishna to change your destiny. It is not going to happen.
Here in India, most religious minded people believe in destiny. They go from temple to temple, consulting horoscopes and try to invoke the Almighty's help to live happily ever after. Does that help? Does that help make their lives any better? Take the example of Lord Rama, the Avatar Purusha from the epic of Ramayana. All the rishis checked, double checked, and triple checked the horoscopes at the time of his wedding with Sita. Yet, Rama had to struggle for 14 years with his wife and later as well, and he made her go through difficult tests. He abandoned her also, and she endured so much of pain even after coming back from that forest dwelling. Sita boldly suffered everything. As Swami Vivekananda put it, there has been no woman like Sita on this planet, and there shall never be one. The most chaste, pure woman was questioned not by an ordinary man but a divine incarnation. So, even the most perfect match can be disastrous because we do not know what previous karma will surface when and what new karma is forming now. But in this case of Rama and Sita, both being Avatar Purusha, they didn't have any previous karmic imprint. But here, somebody else could deviate their trajectory of their destiny. Well, some of you who know are familiar with Ramayana would know that father of Rama ended up giving a promise to one of his queens just when Rama was about to be throned as the king, succeeding his father. His stepmother steps in and reminds the king of his promise. You remember, you gave me true promise to be fulfilled. He said, yes, I do remember. He said, I'm asking you today to fulfill those two promises. And she asks that Rama, who's to be throned as the king, should now dwell in the forest. And instead of Ram, my son should succeed as the king of Ayodhya. So, in one stroke, she changed the destiny. Well, it's much debatable. Should Rama's father have listened to this promise fulfillment? Think of Hitler and the Jews. Well, was it the collective destiny of the Jews to be thus treated and killed, crucified? Some aspects of destiny are in our control, some are not in our control. So, the theory of compatibilism is perhaps one of the most intriguing of all philosophical debates on the question of destiny and free will. Which part of our destiny is in our control and which part is not in our hands? As we expand our consciousness, as we evolve, we make better decisions from a higher perspective. We are more informed. We override our patterned, habitual thought processes that are limited by the barriers of past biases and instead dive into each decision making process afresh from an expanded consciousness to the heart. Unless we keep that watch on ourselves, how can we keep track of the journey? Destiny and subconsciousness are similar in nature. Habits become our subconscious. Habits are very powerful. At times, they spoil our best intentions. One of the most fundamental aspects of yogic philosophy is that it is also practical to the very core of it. Yoga does not just give us a theory or a philosophical standpoint. It provides us very practical solution to the problems of life, especially in the heartfulness way of system where we learn to transform our consciousness. With yogic pranahuti in heartfulness way of training, we go very deep in meditation and soar to the heights of superconsciousness. The subconscious is a treasure trove in our habits, if our habits are good. It can propel us to the heights of spiritual evolution. The method used in heartfulness to refine our subconscious mind is revolutionary as researched and processed by my Guru Babuji. Inner purity views our destiny in true sense. Each day is a golden opportunity to view our destiny. When we are pure, our inner compass looms up very clearly in front of us, and we can consciously steer the waters of life towards a desired destiny.
Often we say and also expect that I'm worshipping Lord Krishna or Lord Rama, and my life should be going on well. But as we already seen, Lord's life, it was also difficult. And you are expecting Lord Krishna to change your destiny. It is not going to happen. Why? Because Lord Krishna could not change the destiny of Duryodhana, nor of anybody without bringing the destruction. Same thing happened in Lord Rama. He saw everything. He knew what's going to happen next, and yet he underwent the consequences willingly. He knew I'm torturing my dear wife, Mother Sita. Each time, willy nilly, he had to force her to go through some tests. Those were the needs, requirements of those times. And her reaction was also appropriate. She went through it. But finally, having children, and when Lord Himself was questioning, how did you get these two boys? He had gone, and then she could not take it. She said, enough is enough. And she committed a suicide, I would say. She prayed to Mother Earth, Bhumata, and Bhumata opened up and said, now please engulf me. And she went. I mean, this is a mythological story, but to put it in short, she got fed up. Enough. I cannot tolerate this anymore. And same thing happened as a reaction to Lord Rama. He too felt so bad, so guilty about the whole thing. In his old age, he went to Saryu River. He took a Jal Samadhi. It's a suicide. So there is a tragic end to that life also. They could not see themselves behaving like that. See? This is no disrespect to Lord Rama. My heart cries out for his state of being, his helplessness, though he was the Lord. Same thing with Lord Krishna. Because the same Atman with similar potency is present in other human beings. Duryodhan could oppose him. You see, many people they ask me, Daji, if pranavati, if meditation is so good, why don't you remove all sanskar in one go and change my destiny? Very practical question, but the wisdom says the change that one expects in one's own life, one must welcome it with smile and change the lifestyle in order to accommodate that change. But if can I force anyone to change and make a saint out of that person? By force you cannot. It is only through love. Love from both sides, you see. I love to transform myself and become divine in nature. Though my innermost nature is divine, but because of these layers of sanskars, I am masking my divinity. And these layers are acting so funnily at times that my true nature remains clouded. And if you ask Lord Krishna, please change this for me, it's not going to happen. Because your request, your plead, your prayer is not genuine enough. Even if he changes you for one moment and say, okay, you will not smoke for 2 days. Okay, fine. On third day, you lit up all the cigarettes that you had missed, all the liquor bottles that you didn't touch. To me, changing any person from inside is like a forceful change, akin to rape. What is rape? Rape is something where your passion is so overpowering that you suppress the other person's heart. This against their willingness or against their interest. You are taking advantage of the other person for your pleasure. That is rape. And in order to make somebody a saint, you use all the powers. Say, Lord Krishna, you are God, you can change me. No, he is not going to bring about this spiritual rape and make us transform. I have to invite this change by cultivating purity in myself first and make sure this change remains intact within me. And I must lead a lifestyle that matches that new product. For example, if you have the ability of converting water into ice, okay, you converted water into ice. But then if you leave it in the open, it will melt again and become same old thing. And whenever we get exposed to such environment, what was crystallized as spirituality in me temporarily, now will melt away again when it finds its own conducive environment. So it's very complex. So the need to remain focused and being alert all the time, see, protecting our own vrittis and cultivating new levels of vrittis that can go on refining us. That's why at bedtime, in Heartfulness way, we recommend that offer prayers to God 2, 3 times. You repeat this prayer. Try to understand the meaning of the prayer. Apologize to God. God, please forgive me for the wrong things I have done unknowingly. And please help me so that I don't repeat them again.
Ready to change how you react? Discover the art of pausing and choosing a better response in the next video. Click now.